And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. Kevin Harlan here with you. Joining me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Our buddy David Aldridge is on the sideline getting story. And how about we check the numbers for Jalen Johnson?
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games. And he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Grady Dick is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in at the 5. And for the Hawks, in the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Trae Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Krejci in at the 3. Well, there have got to be a lot of challenges at different stages of the season, Stan. Here we are at mid-season. What comes to the top of your mind when you think about what these coaches are facing now?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, it was always just that mental grind of thinking that there was an answer out there that I wasn't finding, that we had one more thing that maybe could unlock better performance. And you think about the game 24/7, where sometimes the best way to come up with those answers would be to get away from it.
Barnes, so physical inside. He can beat you down there as well.
Pass to Johnson. Daniels with it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Toronto grabs the miss. Barnes passes to quickly. Now Dick. Onside Barrett. Nice fake with the layup off the mark.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Now here is Young. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Okongwu a screen. Here's Daniels. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Young player, but a smart player. You see it there in the 2-man game from Daniels.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21. That was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
How Young, after R.J. Barrett's three-pointer that didn't go. Okongwu a screen. And here's Daniels. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, I was able to speak with Quinn Snyder just before the game. Coach had praise for one of the opponents tonight, the versatile Scotty Barnes. He told me Scotty's somebody that can do it all. He can score, pass, rebound, and defend multiple positions. And that's rare for a player his age. So, Kevin, Scotty's still growing as a player.
Thank you, David. Hunter's checked in for Atlanta. Mitchell, he's checked in for the Raptors. It seems like every shot these guys have been putting up has been going in. This month's top shooters, Jakob Poeltl, 4th.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
Johnson outside. And last season, Jalen Johnson saw a huge leap in playing time and his production.
Yeah, look, he was one of the most improved players in this league. You know, came in as a great athlete, but then has really learned how to play the game, how to get to high percentage shots, how to get on the glass, and especially how to defend.
Yeah, his improvement has been off the charts.
Sure has.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the defense of this Raptors team, Greg, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all 5 positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
Barrett, no good.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Mitchell against Young. It's tipped. Pirtle with the steal. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Quickly kicks to Barrett. Barnes screen on Hunter. For 3, Barrett. Rebound by the Hawks.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
A solid mid-range shooter. Hunter knows where his strengths are.
Pass to Pirtle. To the inside. And there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist by Pirtle.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Here is Daniels, quickly covering. Johnson with a screen on quickly. And stolen by Barnes. And now the fast break. Mitchell with the ball. Pass to Barnes. That one, no good. Good D by Johnson. Hawks have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here is Daniels, quickly covering. Daniels dishes to Hunter. The kick out to Young. Just 5 to shoot. From downtown, Barnes grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pirtle's shot is off.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, that's one he'd like to have back. Those are the opportunities you have to convert.
Here is Daniels. His last outing with 20 points. Toronto grabs the miss. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Barrett for 3. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
Well, Barrett likes to shoot threes at a steady clip, and he's pretty free with those shots.
Young with the ball. Last game he had 13. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Toronto ahead. They're up by 2. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
Here's Mitchell. So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. They've got Dick. Also Mitchell out there. And it's Abaji in at the 3 spot. The Hawks trailing. And now the latest from our reporter David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Raptors are rebuilding with purpose. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're doing a good job at the start of this process, selecting the right people that care and are very committed to each other. That's a good baseline to build on. Kevin, slowly, the pieces are falling into place.
David, you're so right. He is great at developing those young players. Outside, Bogdanovich. Hunter sets a screen for Bogdanovich. Sinks the triple. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 3 now for the Hawks.
Bogdanovich clearly a problem from deep.
Now Mitchell. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. to the middle. He's looking for Boucher and finds him. And Capella sends it back. A three from Bogdanovich. Mobo with the rebound. Raptors trail by 3. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League. And now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been. And he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
Dick, that's good.
And whenever Dick is getting a pass, if he has any chance to get off a clean jumper, you know it's going up.
Here's Krejci. Scoreless thus far. Roddy no good. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Mobo.
And all the attention goes to Dick's jump shot, but he's a willing passer as well.
And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle.
Yeah, look, it's really hard to win a game being one-dimensional. It can be done, but it doesn't happen very often.
Hits it from three-point range.
And now it's Dick knocking down a three of his own. Grady ready to answer.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And it's a completely new group for Toronto, where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting. Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, you know, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
Now, here is Young. Johnson surveying the floor. Young against Quickly. Shots good from Young. And the Hawks lead by 4.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Birtle, the pass to Brown. And again, Toronto with the triple.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Now, here is Young. Okongwu with a screen on Quickly. Down low. And Okongwu slams it in.
Just great anticipation by Young. He just sees the play developing, knows exactly where he wants to go with the ball.
Here's Barrett. He's coming off a 19-point game against Orlando.
And made a big mark at the free throw line as well. He got himself to the strike a lot and cashed in when he had his chances.
Now, here's Quickly. They trail by 3, and the dunk by Pirtle.
There's no bigger play in a close game than a putback slam.
Oh, and that one's got them all hyped up. Wow.
Yes, some guys shrink in big moments, and some rise to the occasion.
And the Hawks making a change here. Krejci's checked in. Grady Dick's checked in for Toronto. And it's tied up with that one. Recently, the Raptors made moves, Greg, to add some Canadian-born talent to their roster.
They traded for R.J. Barrett and Kelly Olynyk, two guys that represent Canada in international play, and were both born in Toronto, now playing for their hometown team.
Barnes passes to Quickly. Pirtle with the ball. Barnes right side. Outside, Barrett. The three. They get it back. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Raptors.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
And 1:01 left here in the second. Quickly against Young. Johnson outside. Back to Young. 6 on the shot clock. Over Quickly. With that shot, the Raptor lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Young.
And just good at staying under control. Even when Young is under duress, he just keeps his composure.
Here's Pirtle. Barnes trying to free himself up. Pirtle's shot is off. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Daniels with it. He's picked up by Dick. Barrett against Young. The putback, and it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater. And so it's Bogdan Bogdanović making highlights for the Hawks. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We come back right after this.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. First on the menu is looking at what games will be coming up here shortly. Out in Indiana, it'll be the Pacers against the Spurs. 2 p.m. Eastern is the tip-off.
And this could be a fairly competitive one.
And focusing back in on the Hawks, they're in a tight one.
Without the points they've gotten off the bench, this game wouldn't be as close as it is. Can you count on that in the second half? It's debatable, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who's in the game for them down the stretch. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Bogdan Bogdanović really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
And so Quickly will bring it up for the Raptors. They trail by 1. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's Krejci in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder.
Showing improvement in that aspect of his game. Barrett wants to get better firing off the catch.
And Young, here we go. And yes, it's good. Young's got it all tied up now for Atlanta.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Johnson kicks to Okongwu. It's Young on the wing. Barrett covering. The shot by Okongwu, no good. Toronto's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. And it's quickly missing.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you'll find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
Now, here's Quickly.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Here is Daniels. After the Raptors pick up 2. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Drains the three-pointer. Johnson's got 5 points so far. And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants to check in with his team and regroup.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Young. Just an incredible month of basketball. Putting up 26 points per, 10 assists, and 2 rebounds. And with his skill set on the offensive end, he is such a threat on the floor.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that makes life easier for his teammates. He demands so much defensive attention.
Now here's Barnes. And you know the points will always be there for him. He's averaging just a shade under 20 points a game right now. Pirtle with a screen on Johnson. And the dunk by Pirtle as we approach the fourth quarter. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Johnson outside. Back to Young for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
The drive by Barnes. Great positioning on the putback.
And the defense could not keep up with Barnes on that drive. He just took it right to him.
Young pass to Okongwu. Back to Young. Shot clock at 6. Hit the crossover, and Pirtle sends it back. Quickly the bounce pass. Here's Barrett, and Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
You know, Stan, it seems like the Hawks have been close to taking that next step now for a couple of years.
It does, Kevin, but we're still waiting, unfortunately. There's talent there, but it hasn't translated into sustained postseason success. Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Barnes outside. Back to Barrett. Toronto working the ball around now. Pirtle kicks to Barrett. Reggie with the rebound. Hawks have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Pass to Daniels. Here's Krejci. Young outside. That one misses. Some solid defense from Pirtle. With the floater. Barnes. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Raptors lead by 2.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Terrific awareness among this collection of centers and power forwards. The big men averaging the most assists per contest over the previous 10 games. Fourth, Scotty Barnes.
And these are some of the most complete players in our league. I mean, they're not just traditional score and rebound big men. They can beat you with their passing as well.
Well, that's really what the new age big man has turned into. They're not just bruisers anymore.
Now, here's Johnson. He's got 7. Hunter kicks to Johnson. A 3. Offensive rebound. Back to Capella. Matthews finds Bogdanovich. And it's good with time running down in the shot clock. Bogdanovich has got the game tied up here for Atlanta. And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. Unloads from 13. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Barnes has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Johnson outside. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Pass to Hunter. Matthews against Brown. 6 to shoot. Shoots. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Raptors lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. On the court for Toronto to start the 4th. Mitchell is out there with Bruce Brown. Then there's Chris Boucher. And it's Mobo in at the power forward. And so here's Toronto following Bogdanovich's 3-point attempt. Here's Abaji, covered by Hunter. Toronto grabs the miss. Here's Brown. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Clint Capella.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Shoot 2.
Free throw good from Brown. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Hawks trail by 4. Pass to Roddy. 60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Clock at 6. Hunter dishes to Bogdanovich. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Well, that's his 4th triple for the game now. Just his 1st in the second half.
Pass to Boucher. To the paint. Matthews with the steal. Here's Bogdanovich. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I want to see more of this. Bogdan getting assertive and just forcing his will on the D.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Toronto.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And also, guys, how about the hustle we've seen on the boards? They're getting after it and cashing in on second chance scoring opportunities.
He hits the second from the line.
Well, he's got to be disappointed that he wasn't able to take the lead, but at least he evened things up.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Pass to Roddy. Here's Bogdanovich. Atlanta again missing. Here's Shed. Hunter grabs the miss. And here's Hunter. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. And here's Matthews. He's covered by Brown. Here's Roddy. Bogdanovich wide open. Bangs home the trifecta. Bogdanovich has got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Hawks. Toronto trailer. Pass to Boucher. Now here's Brown. He's covered by Matthews. Brown outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He knows every possession is critical now. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Some changes for Toronto. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Quinn Snyder said to his team. Now, he's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Here's Krejci. Shot clock at 6. From deep, Johnson. A three-pointer is right on target. That's 10 points for Johnson.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Barnes outside. Pass to Barrett. Beyond the arc. The kick out to Barnes. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Raptors lead by 2.
And no fear in Barnes late in the game. This guy is not afraid of the moment.
Back to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there. Beautiful.
Here's Quickly. There's the steal. Here's Krejci. Barrett covering. Young for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
Barnes outside. Pirtle sets the pick for Barnes. Pass to Pirtle, and Toronto turns it over again.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
1:32 left in the fourth quarter. Young is doubled. Okongwu against Pirtle. Okongwu a screen. The kick out to Young. 4 on the clock. Off target with his 3.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Barnes. 59 seconds left in the fourth. Barrett. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Now Here is Young. Johnson, the pass to Okongwu. Inside, shoots, Young. Rebound by the Raptors. Barnes outside. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Coming up with the goods there. Barnes showing he can deliver.
The free throw off from Barnes. This is a huge possession.
And this is where all the hard work pays off. You have to be able to execute under pressure.
Knocks down the trifecta.
And they still have a foul to give at this point.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
Here's Dick. He's covered by Daniels. Dick with it. Drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to one. And both free throws good for Jim.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Young from outside. Oh, couldn't sink the shot, and we're going to overtime. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Here we go. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Trae Young is out there with Daniels. And it's Krejci in at the small forward position. Two open that time. Made it look too easy. Barrett's got the first basket here in overtime for Toronto. Pass to Krejci. Back to Young. Takes it inside. Banked in off the glass. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Dick passes to quickly. Shot clock at 5. Barnes screen on Young. And it's quickly missing. And for the Hawks, their shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. That's to Young. This one for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Yeah, and we've come to expect this from Young. He fills it up in so many different ways.
Now Dick. Barnes outside. Quickly kicks to Barnes. Hurdle with a screen on Johnson. And here's Barnes for 3. Reggie with the rebound.
Well, you like the competitive mindset there. Trying to answer right back. It just didn't fall. It's in! Well, I guess that's why they call him Ice Trae. He is cold-blooded.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can try for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
Dick passes to Pirtle. And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Here's Dick. There it finds Pirtle. To end the run, it falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
And coming through in a big way, you have to love Barrett there, taking over down the stretch. Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Great work at the line under pressure. They're that much closer to putting this game away.
Barrett, no good. And they go to the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
At the line for 2.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. Outside, Barrett for the 3. The shot, no good. And so the Hawks take the win. They escape with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Trey, you guys had a look in your eyes tonight, so how satisfying was this win?
I mean, it feels great. It feels great getting a win. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just here to help my team win, whoever we're playing against, and that's all I care about.
Well, you all certainly did what you had to get this win, man. Congratulations. Kevin, back to you.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that'll do it, folks. So, for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Trae Young.